40 Years of WrestleMania mode, that is going to be the showcase mode, is going to be focusing on all of these different eras in WWE, from the 80s to up to WrestleMania 39. And based on the preview footage that we have seen, we are going to get things like Roman Reigns versus Cody at WrestleMania 39. We are going to see Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, Rick Rude versus Ultimate Warrior. There's a lot that's going to be coming out with this. Now, I will preface that for this video, I thought about going through some of the major leaks for showcase mode that are appearing online, particularly on X. And you could probably go and find all of that. I don't want to go through all of that because based on what I've seen online, I don't want to spoil things. So I'm not going to cover like all the matches and what's being shown online. I don't want to go through all of that with you because, well, I think that takes away some of the fun of it, and you can go find it online too. So I'm going to talk about those, some very high level pieces though that are very interesting, and some confirmed wrestlers. So because of the way the showcase is designed, people have wondered too with the reveal trailer we got yesterday where they touted 200 wrestlers and legends combined that are going to be in this game. It got me wondering about the roster and what we could see because, well, we don't have like 200 regular wrestlers in the game. I think last year for 2K23 was somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 wrestlers when you add in all the DLC. This year is probably going to be that existing DLC plus the new DLC and legends. And that's a pretty big roster. And I started to wonder, where are we going to find all of these different wrestlers to come into play? I think a lot of it could end up being unlocked and showcased. That's my prediction. I think that you could see the likes of Miss Elizabeth, as an example, being brought into the 2K showcase. It's very, very possible. Based off the timeline, they're covering the 80s. Million Dollar Man could be in there too. I think the showcase mode could be a big factor when it comes to unlocking more of the legends that are going to be in the game. I think it's going to be pretty robust, and I have a feeling that the rewards are going to be pretty good outside of just getting the regular title belts unlocked and so on. I think that they're going to see probably a lot more legends because we already know the likes of Rick Rude are added in as a showcase match. This could be a very big year because they are highlighting 40 years of WrestleMania. I think that Legends roster is going to be deep on top of the DLC. Now, with that recent trailer that we just got the other day, you are getting Muhammad Ali, who is just this kind of a surprise bonus. He's not a pre-order bonus. He's, for all intents and purposes, just standard in the game, but they didn't disclose how do you get Muhammad Ali. They didn't say if he's just in the base game day one and he's just listed in the roster. My prediction is Muhammad Ali is obviously in there, but that he's unlocked through showcase. That's my prediction here. Because with Ali being in the game, Muhammad Ali was at WrestleMania 1. That's his only real appearance with WWE, and that was the tag team match for the main event, which also included Paul Orndorff, Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, and Muhammad Ali was the special guest referee in that match. So it makes me wonder a couple of things that are kind of exciting. We could see Muhammad Ali be an unlockable person for the showcase mode, maybe like the first match doing WrestleMania 1, because we haven't seen that in a showcase mode for 2K. It would also mean that we would probably get Mr. T, which we have seen in previous WWE 2K games. He's been added in as DLC before. Orndorff, you have to add in there. And Roddy Piper, we have seen in the WWE games over the years. So that match is very possible, but it gets me excited to not only have those unlockables, Mr. Wonderful maybe being in there, but the potential that they put Muhammad Ali in there in that match as a special guest referee, where you don't control him, but that he is just there and he's an unlockable at the end, which would then mean, see, I got my tinfoil hat on this morning, which would then mean we would see special guest referee with tag team matches, if this all plays out in my head. Because we haven't had any confirmation regarding special guest referee, if we are going to get it as just straight up one-on-one matches, or if it's going to be multi-man matches as an option. They haven't confirmed yet. It has me a little bit nervous, I gotta be honest, because it's just showing us that trailer with Randy hitting the RKO on Solo, and he's the special guest ref. We've seen that. We haven't seen anything else, and there's been no preview of special guest referee. We know it's going to be an option in universe mode. It's going to be in the other modes. That's wonderful, but it has me a little nervous that it's bare bones and it's one-on-one. I'll be excited to have it, but I'll be just a little bit disappointed if it's just one-on-one. So Muhammad Ali is kind of a big deal in terms of what it could mean for showcase, in my opinion. Now, another one I wanted to highlight, because it is from the trailer itself and still talking about showcase. It's not exactly a leak, but it does lead us to speculate that this match is probably in there, and it's Triple H. That one shot of Triple H doing his pose, it looks to be at WrestleMania 25. WrestleMania 25 was obviously the big match of Undertaker and HBK, and following that match, they had Triple H and Randy Orton. Now, the build to Triple H Randy Orton at Mania 25 for the title was fun, because it was the whole Randy Orton taking out Stephanie McMahon. You had Triple H doing the home invasion on Randy Orton. There's a lot of fun elements in there, but the match itself, Triple H Orton, it was flat. Now, it was very flat because it was coming off of HBK Taker, which was incredible. So they had to follow that, but it really just it wasn't much of a match. So I think it'll be cool that we're going to get those versions of Randy and Trips in there, but I don't know if it was really necessary to be a big showcase match. Triple H has had other matches, like with Undertaker, he's had 3 of them. But Mania 25, the showcase itself, there seems to be a lot of focus on a variety of WrestleManias. Now at this time, they're telling us, and the devs are saying that there's 21 WrestleMania matches. Brock Lesnar is a question mark when it comes to the showcase. We know that he is off the cover, but we're gonna talk about Brock in just a second. So we got a little bit more we want to deep dive on this. Now, one of the images that has leaked online and seems to be legit is going to be for unlockables for the Cody Roman Reigns match. So spoilers ahead, this is one of the small leaks that we are going to talk about here. We've seen the Cody Roman match for preview footage like crazy, so that match is not a surprise, but this is showing you what seems to be the unlockables for that match alone. From the Usos, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn for their tag team match, Solo, Paul Heyman, which is the same image and render it seems to be from the previous 2K23 game, Cody Rhodes' WrestleMania attire, and what would seem to be Roman Reigns' WrestleMania attire. Here's what I want to talk about though with this. This is interesting for the most part because of how much unlockables they're giving us. And it's not just title belts. I would assume then, because it's not listed, that WrestleMania 39 Arena is just there day one, unless it's like a final unlock that you get for completing that whole section of showcase mode for like modern era. That could also be the case. But for this match alone, to me, that's a lot of heavy unlockables, which I'm excited for. I like having alt models, the alt attires, the exclusive ones like that, and done through showcase mode. 2K has also fixed this by noting to us that if you're getting the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition, you're going to be able to get the showcase unlocker. So if it matters to you, you know how we would always get the accelerator and you would be able to unlock everything in the game day one, but that would exclude showcase. The digital version, the 40 Years of Mania edition, has that unlocker in there. So if it is something that you're wanting to do where just day one, you have that edition, boom, you can unlock everything if you just don't want to do showcase mode right away, but you want to have all of the fun stuff. So I do like this. Comment below what do you guys think about these unlockables. I don't want to get into anything else really in terms of like the rewards and what's being put out online about this, but we do have a few more confirmations that we need to discuss because they're very, very important to people. Because one of the elements that's worth talking about is going to be John Cena. So in the gameplay trailer that they just revealed, you can see John Cena in the backstage brawl, but Cena is wearing his green wristbands and that attire. That attire is from his Firefly Funhouse WrestleMania match with Bray Wyatt. So based on that attire alone, it seems like Bray Wyatt is in fact going to be in the game. And more specifically, the one thing to reveal to you guys that has leaked online is Bray Wyatt, the Fiend version Bray Wyatt, seems to be in the showcase mode because there is footage of the introductory piece of showcase mode with Corey Graves, and it does a sizzle reel, and one of the things that they highlight is going to be the Fiend pointing at the WrestleMania sign with John Cena in the arena. So Firefly Funhouse match, it seems to be in the game. 2K also teased this to us. Earlier they had the NWO shirt hanging up and they tagged John Cena. That led us to speculate that we were gonna get Firefly Funhouse because Cena wore the NWO shirt in that whole match. This could also lean into more of a tribute to Bray Wyatt, which is fantastic, but it does really seem like the Fiend is going to be in the game. So if the Fiend is going to be in the game, I would imagine we're going to get that version, but we're also going to get the 2K23 version, the modern day version of Bray Wyatt as well. Hopefully they would also add in Firefly Funhouse Bray and give us everything. But it's a huge win for this to happen. This is one of the things that I thought was important to talk about because it is getting put out online and 2K has teased it themselves. There are so many fans of Bray Wyatt, and since his passing, it's been what fans have been hoping for and clamoring for, that they could be able to enjoy him as a character in the video game, to be able to play as him, and particularly the Fiend. All I ever heard through 2K23 was they wanted 2K to add the Fiend into the game, even patch him in, and we didn't get that, and there were rumblings that he would be a My Faction exclusive, and that didn't happen, thankfully. So it does seem like he's going to be an unlockable in showcase mode. How that match would play out though in the game, I really don't know. Maybe it's going to be a quick time sequence. Maybe it's just going to be the match and they just put it in there, the archive footage. Maybe they just let you watch it all over again and you get the unlockables as a final bonus. That's my guess, because you can't really play that match. It's not really a match. But for wrestling, it is an excellent piece of cinema put together by Bray Wyatt, Cena, and everyone involved, especially during the pandemic. The other piece that was worth mentioning from that Corey Graves, that introductory piece of showcase mode, was going to have to do with WrestleMania 35. Because in that sequence, they did have a little moment of Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, where Charlotte was doing a move to Becky off the top rope. And that was going to be from WrestleMania 35, because that was the attires they were wearing, which would indicate the triple threat match, and it includes Ronda Rousey. Now, maybe not everything that they showed in the sizzle reel is in fact going to be in the game, but it would kind of make sense. And if they are going to do WrestleMania 35, that match, then it does look like we're going to get Ronda Rousey one more time. This would kind of make sense too because of when she left WWE. It's very possible that they just had it in her contract, that they had them in their contracts where they're going to be able to get into the video game, and there seemed to be no hard feelings with Ronda Rousey after she left. I believe Ronda left WWE in like October of 2023. So because of that, they probably would have had Showcase developed and planned out much sooner. And that being one of the matches, probably got confirmed and there's no reason to yank it out by WWE. It's an iconic match too. It's the first women's triple threat main event, and Becky Lynch was Becky 2 belts. Some of you in the comments might then say, okay, so what about Edge? Because Edge left in like September and he had massive WrestleMania matches like The Undertaker and just TLC matches and all this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Edge is going to be in there. He is firmly in AEW. They may not want to do that. So I don't think Edge is going to be in the game. I'd be sad that we wouldn't get any of his Mania matches, but it does seem like Ronda Rousey is someone else that's going to be in Showcase. I mentioned Brock Lesnar earlier. It was confirmed by all reports and everything, including 2K with the cover, that Brock Lesnar is obviously off the cover for 40 Years of WrestleMania Edition, which is the digital version. So they've cleaned that up and they've repositioned things and they made John Cena much bigger and much more prominent on the cover. So Brock is out of the cover. Is he still in the game? We don't know. We're going to find out once the game comes out. My little prediction over here is that Brock is still in the game. Brock Lesnar is allegedly under the investigation umbrella for misconducts and things he has done, allegedly. And this conversation is coming up a lot of people saying, is Brock going to be yanked from the video game completely? My 2 cents is no, because it's very late in development. This all just sprang up out of nowhere. Yes, they've removed him or are removing him from Supercard, but that is a digital mobile game. And I would suspect that removing Brock Lesnar's digital card from a mobile game isn't as complicated as that of something like a large video game like 2K24. On top of it, Brock presumably being featured in the showcase, which would also add more complication to it. So I have a hunch that we're just not going to hear any mention of Brock Lesnar in the game. I think if there are showcase matches, he's there, but I don't think they put him any footage, marketing, nothing, and they will skip all of it. And the last piece to share with all of you is what seems to be legit for the menu for 2K24. And it's very similar to 2K23. So this image has surfaced online. I can't confirm if this is going to be the legit screen, the home screen or not, but it seems extremely likely because of all the tiles and the images they used that was going to be in all the preview stuff on 2K's website. So with the My Faction logo updated, play mode with Rhea, Asuka and Universe, the My GM with Tyler Breeze, the My Rise, which is the Undisputed and Unleashed that they've talked about, and obviously WrestleMania Showcase. The thing I wanted to highlight here that people will care about, you say, who cares about a title screen? It's the fact that it seems to default on play instead of showcase. So when you turn on 2K23, showcase was always the first tile instead of play. So they've changed that around now, and now it's going to be set up properly. And the most recent gameplay trailer that 2K just dropped has a lot of little details. Click right here because this is the deep dive for the gameplay trailer, giving you all the little details in there. Have a great day, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.